Charlie to the BLACK, representing special mix. The boss.
Yeah, man, I'm say what's a special mix?
Behavior, special mix.
Well, don't know what you down, I say, yo, Mr. Special Mix here. I'm love it like that.
Wait them up, special. Wait them up.
Digga dang 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 dang, digga dang 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 dang, digga dang 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 dang, digga dang 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 dang. Ooh, hi. Yo, this is Barry Simon, and you're listening to English Pound Radio. Every time, don't move the dial.
We have Mason on the phone, all the way from Japan. Let's bounce his tune first. It is Souls on Fire from Mason. We're gonna bring him in a minute, okay?
Soul is on fire. Every time I close my eyes, my soul is on fire. Many flashbacks come to mind. My soul is on fire. I can see the way you whine, the way you turn it up, baby. Ooh, my soul is on fire. I can see you from afar. My soul is on fire, like the brightest shining star. My soul is on fire, brighter than any light in the sky. I know why you changed my life. I'll show you how I really feel. Things are different now, I can see clear. You don't need to worry, this love is real. No, baby, you're the only love. I'm a citizen of fire, from the scent of love in the air. My soul is on fire, and your sentimental stare. My soul is on fire. I can see you standing there, even when you're 1,000 miles away. My soul is on fire. You brought back a dying soul. My soul is on fire, not afraid of growing old. My soul is on fire. Alongside you, I found my goal. To be with you is all I wanna do.
Yes, Souls on Fire, people. Let me bring the artist in. Good evening. No, I was gonna say good evening, but I can't even say good evening. I should be saying good afternoon. Is that correct?
Exactly. Big of yourself, Special Mix, and all the EPR family.
Well, listen, you're confusing me here because look, listen, where I am right now, it's Friday. Now tell the people what day it is where you are.
Saturday at 1:30 p.m.
Lord. Yeah, that people. I'm talking to a man. You know what it's like talking to aliens. You know what I mean? Because I can't get my head wrapped around this one. But that's all right though. Listen, I've been to Japan. Okay, I've been to Osaka. I've traveled the world, but I've never really had to talk to somebody in a different day because normally I catch them on the same day. So, may I ask you, how is your Saturday doing right now?
How's my Saturday?
Yeah.
Well, it's good. I'm on an interview with Special Mix and EPR family. So it's a good look, you know?
Of course.
But the place is getting cold in Japan right now, so, you know, it's all right. But, you know?
Lot of mercy.
Would love to be in Jamaica right now with the hot sun.
Boy, you know what? That is true, though. That is true. So, okay. So, listen then. Now, let's go a little bit back into your career. All right. So, would you put yourself as a lovers rock artist or reggae artist? Where would you put yourself?
I'm sorry, repeat please.
Where would you put yourself? A lovers rock artist, a reggae artist?
Oh, well, I really couldn't put myself into any box or category because I just love music. I'm an artist, entertainer. But primarily, I focus on reggae, I would say.
Right. Okay. Nice. But you do have a R&B-ish style of voice, though.
Yeah. Well, I grew up, of course, on reggae, and dancehall eventually became into it. But of course, I love soul. Ross and Hathaway and doing with it. So yeah, I've always loved the old Motown and all of that. So Michael Jackson 5. I mean, I can name them all day long. But yeah, so soul is in me.
Right.
It's in me, you know, so I love the soul music. Soul's on fire.
Now, here's the thing though. When I hear your accent, you don't sound very Japanesey to me. So where you like, was you okay? Because people's gonna want to ask, was you born in Japan?
No, I'm not from Japan. I've been here a long time. Actually, I've been in Japan the majority of my life. You know, I moved here when I was about probably 19 or so, and I've been here most of my life after that. But no, I'm not from Japan.
All right. So where are you originally from then?
Well, that would be difficult today because, you know, my life is a matter of where I grew, you know, where I learned things and grew up.
Right.
So, my roots is Trenchtown.
Nice.
You know, and I lived in the U.S. too, and I was in service, you know, joined the military, and then I ended up in Japan, and you know, and from there.
Let me ask you a question then. This is a complete side topic. The military. Now, what was that? Because, you know, Shaggy was in the military. There's quite a few artists that were in the military. What did that do for you? Did that give you a rounded view of the life? Did that give you confidence? And like, what was the bonus of, if someone said, Mason, you know what, I don't know what I'm gonna do with my life. You know, I'm wondering, should I go into the military? What would your advice be?
Well, military it depends on the individual. Each individual has to look inside themselves when it comes to the military and service, because that's exactly what it is. You become a servant, you know. So you have to be prepared for what it is that you're about to overtake, you know, take on in your life if you're going to join the service. And you have different branches, and each of them carries different weight, and, you know, things like that. So it's really, really, really dependent on the person. But I would not deter anyone from joining the service as long as their mind is right and they intend to do it correctly, because otherwise joining the service can be a negative thing, and that's with a whole lot of problems at the end of the day, you know?
Right.
So, but for me personally, the military was good and it was bad. You know, I joined the service. I found out that I did not want to be in that particular position. So after my term was up, I got out of the service and started doing what I really liked.
Nice.
But at the same time, it taught me a lot of things. You know, it taught me teamwork. It taught me, gave me education, a lot of things. You know.
Nice. So when it comes to, okay, hear this now then. So you're now in Japan, and you lived in the States, and you're born in Jamaica. So with knowledge of 3 different cultures, completely different cultures, how adaptable was it for you to sit in the culture of Japan, seeing that you've had the very fast life of the US and you've had the very fast life of Jamaica? What difference would you say, in contrast, is the culture in Japan?
Well, Japan is really different. You know, you can start with the food. It's raw. So it's not with the food, you know, it's raw. That's one big thing. The people, the atmosphere, the weather, the living conditions, the work, anything you think of, it's different. Even the way we mix tunes, you know, when you're talking about music, is a little bit different in Japan. You know, they like to mix with a little less bass, whereas we want to put a whole heap of bass, you know. So it's different. It's a lot of different ways. It's safe. That's the other thing. It's a lot safer in Japan than a lot of other locations in the world. That's one of the reasons why I chose to be here, because I have kids as well. So raising kids in Japan is a little bit more safer when it comes to the road.
Nice.
While at the same time, you know, there's a plus and minus to everything, you know, special needs, because at the same time, I wish my kids often had some of the education that I had from the street.
Right.
You know, growing up in the street and learning the things that I learned, because it teaches you common sense and it teaches you how to watch certain things, you know. So Yeah.
So,
Plus and minus everything. Yeah. Differences all around.
all right. So in Japan, then, when you've got your reggae clubs, and you've obviously been to clubs in Jamaica, you've been to clubs in the US. What is the difference that you would see when you enter into a reggae club in Japan?
Actually, I would have to say when it comes to the clubs and the atmosphere as far as a reggae club, I wouldn't say there's very much difference at all, because the Japanese people take on the music the same way as anyone else. And the music is universal. Once it gets into, if you don't pay. So Japanese, American, Jamaican, European, it doesn't matter where you're from. When it comes to music and it gets into, I think it's the same.
Right.
It's the same. Yeah.
So,
And
okay.
the same thing goes to the clubs. They're the same. The sound man, the selectors, the dancers, the DJs, or whoever's in the club. Yeah, all the same.
So would you say that they are more into dancehall, or more into reggae, or more into hip hop, or what are they more into?
Well, I would say that for a long while, hip hop was the main thing in Japan, but right now reggae is taking over in a large way. When it comes on to the clubs, specifically, I would say the dancehall is the thing that you see and hear most.
Right.
Of course, you have the early one where they play a lot of reggae, but after that, it's just straight dancehall, and that's kind of what they go to see and hear. Live events, outside events, they're few and far between, but those are typically geared more towards the reggae kind of things. I would say you're getting more dancehall than anything.
And when you go in the club, like in the US and in England, yeah, similar, Canada as well. Things don't start up until 1 o'clock. I mean, it opens earlier, obviously, like 9 or 10, but people don't cruise in until until 1 in the morning. But then here's the difference: in England, clubs go on till like 6 in the morning. Whoa, in North America, well, what can I say? You got to start. Your last drink is at 1:45, and some clubs that finish between 2 and 4 if you're lucky, but mostly between 2 and 3, and you got to get out. What are the hours of the clubs when they start and people roll in, and then when they finish in Japan?
About the same as what you just said. In Japan, people start rolling in about 1, 2, it starts to get really packed around 3, and then, at about 7 or sometimes even later it ends. The funny thing is, Jamaica is the route, and right now, you have to roll in by 11 and be out by 2, and sometimes the things knock off the dance by 12.
I tell you.
Right now, anyway.
Me and Kaz, we was in Jamaica last year, and where were we staying? We were staying near what is that place? I keep forgetting that place, man. The place where you get the ice cream in Kingston, right? Anyway, we was there.
Devon House.
We was near Devon House, right? And then that's where we were staying. And then we found that there was a nice little like a club thing, a live event going on, right? So it was like a mini stage show, performers. It was all ladies, nice. So we rolled in. We just start to chill out a little bit. Within like, I don't know, to me anyway, it seemed like 45 minutes, the police walked in and they said, okay, last performance, dance done. I said, what? I think it was like 2 o'clock. And I almost had a heart attack. I thought that was only happening in North America. I couldn't believe it.
No, around 2007 or 8 time frame in Jamaica, they started changing the laws. And causing people to lock off the dance by 2 a.m. And, you have to go get a permit now. Well, you probably had to get a permit back in the day too, but not as much. They're really stringent now about that. And you have to get your permit, and they lock it off by 2. And most of the time, dances I go to, you don't make it till 2. They lock it off even before that. I have a song that I wrote specifically about that God French song.
Wow. Well, listen, we're talking about songs. You have a song right now that's doing pretty well in Jamaica. Now, this song is with you and a very, very prominent female artist called Queen Ifrica.
Yes,
And
yes.
it's called You'll Never Need. What do you mean you'll never need?
Well, you'll never need to love. You know, that's what I'm saying to Queen. Well, in the tune, of course. Really and truly, in real life, things like my sister, you know, really and truly, you know, and the entire French family, like family. But the tune itself is a love song. It's a different type of reggae music we did this time. We incorporated some country western vibe and put some violin, some tambourines in there. You know? But yeah, the tune is about love, and she'll never need to love. So what I'm saying to Queen is you'll never need to love. I'll give you everything I have.
Well, you know what? Let me pull the backing track down, right? And I would like for you, please, Mr. Mason, can you please introduce You'll Never Need?
Yes, EPR Master. You don't know Mason is what I represent for the English Pound Radio. It's live and direct. Check out this new tune from Mason and Queen Africa. You'll never need.
Love is never perfect, but all I feel is perfect love. We fit together like one pair of gloves. I know it's not a cliche, it doesn't happen every day, but today it happened just for us. We're together for a purpose, worth more forever, not worth less. I was lonely till the day you blessed me. Let's make it stronger, please, will you marry me?
If you do me right, if you turn me on, not to take a chance. Let you in my life is a destiny. Are you playing me? Cause you're making me go deep in your eyes. But I need you so much. Feeling that rush. You talk and I blush. It's mystified. You could be mine. I saw the sign.
Run the track!
I promise you will never need for love. I'll give you.
Pull it. You know, English Pound Radio for the English ladies. Elephant Man say, come up.
Yeah, wait, Anthony. You see all the rhythm, you're my youth. It have to pull up. Peter and the girl said that. English Pound Radio. Sure.
Second time around for all the people in Jamaica saying, pull it, pull it, pull it. I'm hearing that this tune's doing it in Jamaica, so all the Jamaican massive. Here it is.
They tell me love is never perfect, but all I feel is perfect love. We fit together like one pair of gloves. I know it's not a cliche, it doesn't happen every day, but today it happened just for us. We're together for a purpose, worth more forever, not worth less. I was lonely till the day you blessed me. Make it stronger, please, will you marry me?
If you do me right, if you turn me on, not to take a chance. Let you in my life is a destiny. Are you playing me? Cause you're making me more deep in your eyes. But I need you so much. Feeling that rush. You talk and I blush. It's mystified. You could be mine. I saw the sign. I saw the sign.
I promise you will never need for love. I'll give you my love in every way. And if you ever feel that I'm slacking, just take me up by my collar. I'll straighten right.
Run the track!
As a matter of fact, just I think I could marry you. There's just some things that I think that I need to know. Will you always be there for me? Catch me when I fall like emotionally. Sometimes when love comes stumbling along, as real as it seems, you don't wanna be wrong. But I love the things you're saying. Oh baby, keep it coming.
Well baby, you can stop thinking, call me prevention. I'll never have to catch you cause I won't let you fall. Even though sometimes I may be stubborn, I won't let it break us apart. A blessing, queen from the heavens, bonafide lioness, my empress. You alone will ever have me, I know. I promise you will never need for love.
I tell you something though. I tell you something. Seriously, Mason.
Yeah.
Let me tell you.
Can you hear me?
You put the right energy behind this song internationally. Boy, man, I don't know what you do for a 9 to 5, but you'll just have to park that up for a little bit, man. Seriously. No, listen. I'm serious. Let me tell you why. I tell you why. Because as you know, country western is pretty big out there right now, right? And even though you ain't gonna, even though you're not gonna pigeonhole this as a country western song, you can't move away from the fact that it does have that ring to it. You know what I mean? It has that fusion to it, right? And here's the secret weapon to this song. There isn't one out there right now. I mean, there's one or two artists did a couple of tunes, but not in 2015. And now's the right time. You put energy behind this tune. I'm talking about internationally. Boy, man, you're gonna make some money, man. I feel that we need a special touch, a special mix touch. You know what I mean? That's what I think. You know what I mean? Anyway, I'm just hinting. You know what I mean? I'm not saying nothing more than that because I need to retire early. You know what I mean? And I think this tune can do it, man. But anyway. Seriously, I want to congratulate you on this tune, man. The concept, the idea, the whole motivation, and the way that you guys finished it. To me, yeah, man, nice tune. So, did you come to Ifrika with this tune, or did she come to you with the tune?
Well, it was a combination of both. We voiced her part, actually, believe it or not, to another rhythm that I had. Mm-hmm. And we were going to do the song. And then when I went to finish my part of the song, I wasn't feeling it. It just wouldn't come. And about 10 different times I wrote the song over and I said, no, something's not right. So I said, something's wrong. So I eventually muted the rhythm and just listened to Queen. I said, well, she's right. There's something wrong with the rhythm.
Right.
So I ended up actually playing over the rhythm. And I created the whole rhythm myself first. And then I felt the country western vibe. I said, yeah, and I wrote my song, and then from there, of course, I have to big up the musicians too because they actually made it a reality. Because after I did all of that, I sent the tune down to Jamaica because I was actually independent at the time, and then I gathered up the musicians that I normally use, which is from Firehouse Band and John Messenger Band,
right?
And we put it together, and that's the now final product.
So let me ask you a question then. You also are you a musician as well? Are you a musician as well?
Yes, I actually have played lots of musicians, and I started off when I was young with violin and saxophone, and I moved into drums. And I taught myself actually how to play keyboards, piano, and stuff. So that's my main instrument, though, keyboard, that I love most.
So you are the true definition of a one-man band.
Well, I couldn't say that. I love music, and I'll play every instrument that I can, but nothing can take away from a live band with all the different instruments and a guitar player who concentrates on guitar,
right,
and a drummer who, you just can't. And that's why this rhythm, even when I created the rhythm, I felt it was nice, but I said it's missing that cohesion that you get from when you're bringing a band, and the people that I use even, I love to dig them up because they're very good musicians. I use them almost every time I make a rhythm,
Right.
Kirk Bennett on the drums, and in this case, we have Monty on the guitar and Danny Bass on the bass, and on the keys we have myself, and then also Ryan Jackie Webb, who's from Firehouse and John Messenger. So big names on it. Yeah.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
So, what are your plans? You got 2016 coming around the corner. What are your plans?
Well, lots of plans. Right now, I'm in the studio working on some other singles, but also EP that will release through Taz Records next year. So mostly studio work, interviews that we're doing like right now, and then of course, it's up to Mike when the opportunity presents itself. We're looking at booking some shows starting from next year, 2016, to get me on the road. So that's why when the studio now diligently working it out. But mostly right now it's promotion and work in the studio.
Nice,
And
nice.
that's the big up Stampede Street Chats and the whole Stampede and crew, Brewer, Andrew, you know, all of them for the promotion that they put me in, all the work they put me in the streets of Jamaica, as well as, you know, my family, Rebel Soul family, and the whole Trench Town family as well.
Nice, nice, nice. I'm going to be playing a song. It's
Mm-hmm.
called 6 East.
Okay.
Give me a background on this one.
Well, 60s, that's a funny one, you know. I'm on another interview, so I don't know how to bring up another DJ, but Ron Machete is one of my brothers. You know, everybody may know him, he selected a sound man already. I don't know what you want to call it, an MC. But he always troubles me about 60s, you know, who's 60s about and all of that. I used to live in Portmore, in 5 West, and right over, you know, 60s. I have, you know, some little links over 60s. And when I wrote the tune, it just, actually what happened is I made the rhythm first. And I was making it for the purpose of a gentleman with Lukey B, Tony Curtis, and some other artists on it. And while I was making the rhythm, it just came to me that I had to do a tune on the rhythm. I was feeling it. So 60s just came out. I just started singing in 60s for more is where I go. It's where I found my girl next door. My soulmate to be for sure. You know, it just came to me.
Nice.
So I said, yeah, and I have to write this tune. So I put it down. And that's where it came from. It's just a vibe, you know?
Nice. Well, listen, Mr. Mason in Japan, can you please introduce 6 East for me?
Yeah, man. You're listening again to Mason on EPR. 6 East. I do it.
Hey, yeah. Hey, yeah. I found love the minute that I met ya. 6 East Portmore, I adore. It's where I found my girl next door. My soulmate to be for sure. I can never imagine life without you. Bless me every day. God Himself must have guided me. Found my true love around 6 East. My soulmate, you are my world. Soulmate, you are my girl. You bring round the vibe every day and night. With you, my life is true. 6 East, my life's for you. Count the times you held me true, the million things that we've been through. Hell shall beach, Linstead, sandals, fried dumplings. You have made me change my ways from loveless thug. I met my fate that love is love. And very much love, my love. Soulmate, you are my world. Soulmate, you are my girl. You bring round the vibe every day and night. With you, my life is true. 6 East, my life's for you. Here is where I found.
Turn it up, turn it up.
Oh, my love.
Run the track.
It's 6 East Portmore. 6 East Portmore, I adore. It's where I found my girl next door. My soulmate to be for sure. I can never imagine life without you. Blessed me.
Yeah, I tell you what. So I tell you what I was thinking just a while ago, which was kind of funny. You're singing 6 East, and you're actually living in the Far East. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
it looked like you must have predicted this thing.
No, that was pretty good, but yeah.
Lord of mercy. The man liked the East. The man liked the East. He's singing about 6 East, and now the man's living in the Far East. Well, listen, Mason. First of all, I like your material, and you know your you're talented. You know what I mean? And it's nice. You know, English Pound Radio, what we intend to do, and you know what I mean, and just like I told Progress, you know what I mean, we are the station for the artists. You know what I mean? Me and the other presenters, we really put a thought process when we put in our songs on the radio. You know, for people out there, I play dancehall, yeah, you know what I mean, but I ain't playing no slackness. I ain't playing no gun, shoot, kill, murder, chop off your head and all that business. We don't play X-rated stuff. If we do, we apologize because it slipped through the crack. But you can listen to English Pound Radio 24 hours a day, 7 days a week with grandma and grandchild, and you're going to get music that the whole family can listen to, you know what I mean? And that's why we like to endorse artists like yourself who put a thought process to their music, you know what I mean, and want to better their skills and better their art. So I want to thank you, you know what I mean, for doing that.
Good, thanks. For the interview and for the love, Ricky.
Yeah, nice, man, nice. And you know, like I mentioned to you earlier on when I spoke to you, I said, listen, don't be a stranger. This is your station. And if Progress and his management's listening, the same thing. This is your station. And when I say, what I mean by that, what I mean is, look, you want to say something to the world, give me a link, say special, guess what? I'm going to be traveling to Germany, or I'm going to be performing at this club or this stage show, or I got a tune coming out special, I want you to bust it, world exclusive, whatever it is. Just, you know, you got the number, give me a link. We'll put you on the air because this is your station, you know what I mean?
Yes, sir. Respect. Good time. That's love.
Nice.
That's love.
You're welcome. So listen, before I let you go, who would you like to big up and shout out?
Well, I always have to big up the Rebel Soul family, my family, and all my family in Trenchtown. Big up Queen Africa and the whole Flames family, Johnny Rebel, of course. Stampede, you don't know, Stampede Street Chart. And all my family, you don't know, my own family, my youth, and the entire EPR family and listeners as well.
Nice.
If I miss anyone you don't know, I want love still.
Nice. Yeah, I don't want to big up Stampede. Stampede said, yo, special, I have something special for you. I said, what is it, Stampede? He says, I have a link with Japan. I says, nice. You know what I mean? But I should have asked him, does it come with sushi? Because I'm kind of hungry where I am right now. You know what I mean? I know, man. And I like sushi as well, you know. So, boy, you know what I mean? Next time when I come, I'll link you up, man. We just package up some sushi, you know what I mean?
Anytime. Actually, you were here in Osaka not too long ago. So
yeah, man.
We can link up next time.
For sure. Well, listen, I really appreciate it still, you know. Give me an acapella before you go, though.
Acapella.
Yes, please.
All right. I have a tune right now produced by Mr. Behrman out of Poland. It's called First Time. It's released already, so it's a new tune. So let's give a little piece of it. I opened my eyes and there you were in my line of sight. I knew from the moment you would always be the one who was by my side. When I stepped up to say hello, you knew it would be me and you from there on. It was always true from there on. I fell in love with you, and you fell in love with me too. And we became best friends from the first time we met. Fell in love from the first time we kissed. Held each other and never let go. You'll always be my love. Oh, I know. Yes, EPR family, you don't know. You clock in and lock into the English Sound Radio with special mix, the real mix. I'm here to say that. One love.
That tune the wicked, that tune the bad. English Pound Radio, play it again. Police salute feet.
Welcome. Thank you. And have a happy Saturday. I'm still in Friday, so you know what I mean. Listen, Mason, really appreciate it, you know what I mean. And thank you thanks for linking up English Pound Radio, and I thank and Stampede for making it happen. So listen, we'll keep the link open. Anything you want, just give us a call, all right?
Always, yes, sir.
All right, you take care, man.
Charlie to the BLACK, representing special mix. The boss.
Yeah, man, I'm say what's a special mix.
Behavior, special mix. Well, don't know, look it down and say, yo, Mr. Special Mix here. I'm love it like that.
Wake them up, special. Wake them up.